So it is my, again, opportunity to offer my deep respect for all learned dignitaries and dear sisters and brothers. I have my presentation in two parts. Part number one, when we say ancient wisdom, what are the sources? Quickly I'll count. 4 Vedas. Some say only one Veda, 4 parts. Then quintessential dimension of Vedas are called Upanishads. And I searched how many Upanishads are available. We say 11 principal Upanishads. I love to call it 11 Upanishads which have been interpreted by Adi Shankaracharya. I personally do not say principal Upanishads. But anyway, and apart from those 11, these same 11 were interpreted by also Max Muller. And one extra, that is 12th, done by Max Muller was Maitrayani Upanishad, which he interpreted. And for just our knowledge, one Upanishad was written by Adi Shankaracharya also. That is called Swang Samvedya Upanishad. So 11 plus 1 plus 1. Then I found 104 Upanishads available with either English or Hindi meaning. 77 are available in the market, only Sanskrit original, no interpretation in English or Hindi. And 44 Upanishads are, their titles only known, they are not available. Anyway, then there are 6 Vedangas, then there are 18 Puranas, 6 main Upapuranas and many other Upapuranas. Then 2 great books of history, Valmiki Ramayana and Mahabharata by Ved Vyas. And 3 great books of stories, Panchatantra, Hitopdesh and Kathasarit Sagar. And 12 books of Adi Shankaracharya we should read also, Atmabodh, Tattvabodh, Vivek Chudamani, Vakyavritti and others. And then I call 3 books of mystery. And anyone who is below 25 years of age should not be recommended to read them. Number 1 is Yoga Vasishtha. Wonderful book. Anyone should read, and I think it has a great power to actually lead our life towards detached action. And the other 2 I'll say, why they're mystery, because they lead us to sequential growth. One is Bhartrihari Shatak Traya. It moves from Shringar Shatak to Niti Shatak to Vairagya Shatak. And the 3rd book basically, that is Shiv Sutra, which is dialogue between Shiv and Parvati. And there are so many. And then there is a series of literature of Sanskrit by Kalidas and Bhavabhuti and Bana Bhatt and Dandi and all. And then there are books of Sufis, and then there are books on, let us say, various religions other than in Sanskrit language. So these are the sources. And we must go to the sources. I do not love to go to a book, only interpretation is available. First, I want to go to those books where original Sanskrit sutras are available. So there are so many. Now my model, because I have only 6 to 7 minutes, my model's title should read as The Triangle of Self, Karma and Others. On what basis I bring this model? The triangle of self, karma and others. Just imagine about yourself, where your majority of the time of life is getting absorbed. It is getting absorbed in managing yourself, developing yourself, growing yourself. That is first vertex of the triangle, self. Why it is karma? Because we are engaged into karma. We are into action. Many of us are professionals. And I, as a teacher, I am a so-called professional, because teaching, I don't think it is a profession, it is a way of life. Karma, the action, we prepare our eligibility to get that action to be done. Otherwise, everybody is not allowing me to give the action. Many persons are not getting the job of their liking. They choose their jobs by mind. I think they should choose their job by hearts. So we create eligibility. When we go to job, we develop skills and values. And we also supervise that others are also to perform their karma well. Entire human resource management, it's at least 50% of the part is concerned with having right person at right time, developing him or her, keeping one engaged, using potential, performance appraisal, and let us say employee engagement, all are relation with karma. So my second vertex is karma. And third is, we keep dealing with others. Upanishad will say so-called others, because in Upanishadic language, others do not exist, because you so-called others are extension of myself and I am extension of yourself. But anyway, for practical purpose, I will say others. So this is triangle of self, karma and others. When I go to describe self, I will call it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 model. And out of this, Guruji and Dr. Rao explained some portion of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which will help us to manage the first vertex, that is self. And what is this one? One is eko satya dvitiyo nasti, to identify that. I'm talking something taller than my height, but speakers are allowed to do sometime that. Upanishads say, if you have spent your life and completed your life without knowing who you are, what was your actual identity card, the life is treated to be as waste. That is one. I'm not elaborating anything because that time is not there. One. What is two? Two has two branches. Two means either it is moving from duality to non-duality, and two can be also interpreted through Bhakti Yoga, the relation between Bhakt and Bhagwan, and that leads to complete surrendering, because a life with complete surrender basically is so elated. Nirbhar Prem Magan Hanumana. Why Hanumanji was Magan? Because Nirbhar Prem, निर्भर हो जाते थे, मगन हनुमाना. जिंदगी में मगनता चाहिए, आनंद चाहिए, निर्भर होना पड़ेगा. तो जब हमने कहा मॉडल में दो, तो दो के दो अर्थ हैं. ज्ञान योगी के लिए डुअलिटी टू नॉन डुअलिटी, भक्ति योगी के लिए भक्त और भगवान. नाउ इन माय मॉडल 3 फॉर एक्सप्लेनिंग द फर्स्ट वर्टेक्स, 3 that has been explained by Guruji, that is 3 guna. Trigunaत्मक shaktis are there. Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. We have to move from Tamasic to Rajasic, Rajasic to Sattvic. And Bhagavad Gita says, Nistraya Gunyo Bhava Arjuna. Oh Arjun, even go beyond Sattvic, because Sattvic also ultimately creates bondage. So 3. What is 4 in this model? Explained by Dr. Rao. That is Antahkaran Chatushtay, Man Buddhi Chitta Ahankar. What is 5? Explained by Guruji. That is what? That is Panchakosha, which have been given in 2 Upanishads to my knowledge. One is Taittiriya Upanishad, other is Sarvasara Upanishad. And it talks about Annamaya Kosh, Pranamaya Kosh, Manomaya Kosh, Vijnanamaya Kosh and Anandamaya Kosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is 6 in my model? Getting rid of 6 impurities. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Matsar, Ahankar. And if we do not get freedom from these 6 impurities, they create a multiplier effect to get deeper into those impurities. Given in the shloka number 62 and 63, or 2nd chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which talks about, I call it chemistry of downfall. Dhyayato vishyan punsa sangasteshu bhajayate, sangat sanjayate kamah kamat krodho bhijayate, krodhat bhavati sammoha sammohat smriti vibhramah, smriti bhranshat buddhinasho buddhinashat pranashyati. Every manager, every professor, every leader in any domain must be taught that what is the chemistry of your downfall. And in Vivek Chudamani, Adi Shankaracharya says, and he makes use of the law of physics, of momentum of physics, and says, like a ball falling down from downward going staircase, with each fall, it gets more speed. Similarly, when we take a journey towards downfall, our speed becomes more towards downfall. So that is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which combinedly describes the first vertex of the triangle, that is self. Second vertex is karma, क्योंकि कर्म से बड़ा गहन संबंध हमारा है. कर्म में हम अपना जीवन दे देते हैं, 12-12 घंटे रोज दे रहे हैं. उस कर्म के कुछ 4-5 आयाम, 4 or 5 sub factors of the second vertex. Number 1, law of karma. Number 2, nishkam karma. There is a difference. Law of karma says that none of your actions goes waste. Reference 40th shloka of 2nd chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which inspired Mahatma Gandhi sitting in Sabarmati ashram. 7 years he was sitting after Chauri Chaura incidents because he was annoyed with people. But when he saw this written on the wall of that Sabarmati ashram, नेहाभिक्रम नाशोस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्वल्पमप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्. He realized, if I go and manufacture some salt in 173 kilometers south of Ahmedabad, Britishers will not run away. But swalpam apiyasya dharmasya, I must do something which will create impact. So this is law of karma. None of the action goes waste. We should teach to every student, every citizen of the world, so that people never will get dejected. Please tell me how I can be subjected to demotivation if I have digested this understanding. None of my action will go wastage. Second is Nishkam Karma, very famous sutra, and I will not go into that. That is Karman Neva Adhikaraste. That also explains the karma dimension. Third thing which describes karma dimension was also explained by Professor Himanshu Ji, that equanimity. And who can practice equanimity? Only a person who is devoid of pramad can enjoy equanimity. Pramad क्या होता है? प्रमादो मृत्यु ऐसा कहा गया. प्रमाद ही मृत्यु है. प्रमाद ही मृत्यु है. But if I am on action, when time is given for action, I do not repent even if I am failure. That's why I can perhaps practice, if I have done my action properly, then I can only practice sukh dukhe samay kritva labha labh ho jaya jayo. Tato yuddhaya yujjasva naivam papam avapsyasi. So, third one is basically equanimity. The fourth one is choice of karma. Two-word sutra, if we remember, हमारे कदम डगमगाएंगे नहीं, युवाओं के खास करके. And these two words come from Kathopanishad. One is Shreyas, one is Prayas. Choice of action is my another sub-factor of the second vertex of my triangle, which is karma. And last one is law of destiny. दोनों तरह की चीज दिए गए रामचरितमानस में कि कर्म प्रधान विश्व करी राखा, जो जस करिए सो तस फल चाखा. Please do the action properly, then only think for fruit of result. लेकिन उन्होंने दूसरी बात भी लिख दी कि होई है सोई जो राम रचि राखा, को करी तरक बढ़ा वही शाखा. Everything is basically is a fruit by the God. Your action does not give you result. And even Raman Maharshi said in his first verse that kartu agyaya prapyate phalam karma kim param karma tajjadam. You think your action gives result? No. You put your action combined with the will of God, you get the result. Destiny should be properly described in B schools and especially to top managers, because it is a wonderful post-action therapy. This is my second vertex. Third vertex is a relationship, dealing with others. And for dealing with others, there are many sub-factors. Number one is dealing in one-to-one situation. And there is no time. Otherwise, during break, I may discuss about improvised model of communication. And typical model says sender to receiver, but I'll say communication is not interpersonal communication only. Before interpersonal happens from sender, within sender there is intrapersonal communication. And there, manasa vacha karmana unison has to be there. And when it reaches to sender, shravan manan nididhyasan unison has to be there. दो त्रिवेणी होना पड़ेगा दो तरफ. वो त्रिवेणी खाली प्रयागराज में नहीं बहती, हमारे अंदर बहती है, सुनने वाले के अंदर, बोलने वाले के अंदर. Interpersonal. Then in leadership, there are various issues. Bhagavad Gita says, and on that basis, I'm just concluding within 1 or 2 minutes maximum. Bhagavad Gita says, and what it says, I'm saying in different language, nobody is interested listening your words, because people are listening your action. You may say, Professor, you are using wrong sentence, listening action. Why did not you say observing action? I will say listening action. Nobody is interested in listening your words. Everybody is interested in listening your action. And Bhagavad Gita also says, yat acharati shrestha tat iv itarojana sa yat pramanam kurute lokah tat anuvartate. I always keep remembering, my son and daughter is not interested in listening to my words. They are all interested in listening to my action. And if son and daughters, then the rest of the world also is interested in that. And I will conclude saying that leadership model can be properly elaborated. So much of material available in our scriptures about leadership. And for leader, it is said that leader is one who practices impartiality in proper way, because impartiality is not absolute equal behavior towards all. Impartiality is proportional equal behavior towards all. While Patanjali gives indication, Maitri Karuna Mudit Upekshanam, Sukh Dukh Punya Apunya Vishyanam, Bhavanatah Chitta Prasadanam. Treat different people differently. It is my humble proposal is for the triangular model of self, karma, and others. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.